Welcome to the this is video number 3, if I'm not wrong. Let me just check that. Yes. Okay. So as always, welcome. My name is Jay. I'm your tutor, and as always, you can follow me on GitHub. Visit my website, email me. So right then. So in this video, so now hopefully you are here after watching video number 3, and what I want to do is before I go ahead and start some coding. I want to share some standard learning resources that I will be using during these videos, during those tutorials, and these are things I've been using for many years. So some of these things I've been using for more than 10 or 20 years. Some of them are more recent. So I am going to go ahead and explain to you the different online resources which are very essential, mainly because I will be using them, and so if you also become familiar, it'll make the overall learning experience really good. So first, let's start with my very old personal favorite. I remember, WRE schools is something that has been there for, I think it was there even when I was a teenager or something. I still remember. I don't know if there's a way to check when this website was created or something. Let me just see about what is its story. If I go to about, what did it say, when was this created? Have they I don't know. Have they put when this was 1999? There you go. Yeah, that's right. Copyright, 1999. So that's yeah. There you go. I remember visiting this website quite often to learn whatever I was trying to learn. I mean, back then I had no interest in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I was primarily interested in C and C++. That was there in our engineering syllabus, and that's really what was going to help me, land a job and things like that. But I remember visiting this to do assignments, getting information and things like that. Back then internet access was still very limited in India, but we did eventually get internet access, and I remember using this. So there are some folks who don't like this because they feel it's really old school or something, but that's another reason why I like it, especially in the early days of your training. I still use it, with all the other modern resources that we have. I still like to use WRE schools. It's very useful. So there you go. Let me just go ahead, and I'm gonna put these links in the description as always. Oh, okay. So I'm still getting used to this recording thing. I've been out of practice with video recording for a few months now, so I'm still today. So hopefully the quality of the videos will also improve over time, and so on. But anyway, so first thing is, yeah, W3 schools absolutely a really good resource, especially in the early days of your learning. Now the second thing that I like to use is Free Code Camp. Again, that's another very nice, open source free kind of deal, but much more modern, let's say, when compared to WRE schools. I use this a lot. In fact, whenever I do, I mentioned that I work as a private tutor. That's really what I do. Oh, I'm not logged in. Let me go ahead and log in. So I hope you already got your GitHub account. So GitHub account is really like a passport for all your developer things. Like right now I'm trying to use Free Code Camp, and again you'll see there's an option to continue with GitHub. So any other service, like for example CodePen, Code Sandbox, all those things, everywhere you will have the option to sign in with GitHub. So make sure you already have your GitHub account. Now why is this not signing in? Let me just I don't know, my internet is fine. Let me just check it here. No, it's something to do with Free Code Camp. It's not me. Yeah, there you go. I'm logged in. Okay, all right. So it has a lot of these ready to use. There you go. Just click on Get Started. It's free, and you can see here, once I log in, I can see my account. I'm just making sure if there's something going on. Is it my internet or No, my internet is fine. So, sometimes FreeCodeCamp does become a little slow, as you can see. Yeah, other things are running just fine. Just testing it on my second monitor. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is FreeCodeCamp is really, really good. So go ahead. Today, I don't know why it's not loading properly, but I use it a lot. And in fact, I'll be using, I would say FreeCodeCamp is my primary syllabus for most of my, what do you say, front-end basics video. So I'll be using that. In fact, I know some specific chapters I will even pick out and of course put the links in the description. So FreeCodeCamp is another thing. I don't know why right now it is not what do you say, it's not loading. I'm not sure why, So anyway, so there you go, FreeCodeCamp, another very, very important resource. They have a couple of courses on JavaScript as well as HTML and CSS, which is really, really top of the line. I have helped over the last few years. I discovered FreeCodeCamp some 2 or 3 years ago, I think. And since then, I have used this with all my clients, and many of them, they have gone ahead and, obtained internships, jobs and everything. So highly recommended. FreeCodeCamp, very good resource. Now these are the two basic things, WD Schools and FreeCode, which are more learning oriented. So as a student, this video is mainly for people who are really new to coding. That's what all my videos are about. I really, most of my work involves teaching first time coders. So for you guys, WD Schools and FreeCodeCamp is where you want to begin and spend a lot of time. Okay, next comes the remaining things are more like slightly more advanced resources, something that will become useful to you after you've gone past the initial 5 to 10 hours of coding. So especially in the beginning, WD Schools is going to help you, and then FreeCodeCamp is going to help you all the way till the end. But at the same time, the other resources, of course, is Mozilla MDN. Let me bring it up on the screen here, and let me also make sure that I put all these links in my notepad here as I am talking about it. Let me just get the FreeCodeCamp link as well. Hold on, let me just do that here. Yeah, it's really slow today. FreeCodeCamp is really, really slow. Let me just bing it and then just copy the link from this. Yeah, there you go. I want to put that. I want to put this in the description. Right there you go. Oops, that's also I don't know, something is not right. I hope it's not my internet. No, internet is fine. Other sites are loading just fine. It's definitely FreeCodeCamp, and in that case, let me just copy this like this. Yeah, okay, all right, there we go. And there's another thing, you'll face these kind of weird issues when you're coding. Things that you just expect to work, they don't work sometimes. You will get used to it. That's the world of programming. But anyway, so the next resource that I really like is Mozilla. Mozilla is like a reference document, okay, where you can find pretty much anything you want. For example, today, I'm sitting down and writing the script, making a plan for all the videos I'm going to make in the next few weeks and months. And I was looking at array.map. So let's say I want to find out about, I'm going to go to references, and then what I'm trying to do is I want to find out about array map function. There you go. That's it. See, this is what I'm talking about. So this is why I like MDN. So today I was practicing some array map methodologies. Array map, what it does is it tries to extract, you can see here, they give you a simple explanation as well. So it tries to give you an array based on the, elements inside whatever collection you're trying to process and stuff like that. Like for example, here you have an array, and then you also have an interactive editor here. So we have an array which is 1496, and what we want is we want to create a new array where each item is multiplied by 2, and this is you can see an arrow function here. We'll talk about this in a future video. Obviously, maps is a basic knowledge, so this will be in one of the videos, and I'll make a separate video just for maps. But anyway, so as of now, so there you go. So, and then I can see here, that's what array.map is. And today I was also practicing a little bit about filter. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to search. There you go. There it is. Filter is again very useful when you're doing manipulation and filtering things and stuff like that. So again, here, for example, you have a array, a collection, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words, and we are trying to find out all the words whose length is more than 6. So that means this is not going to come out in the output. This is not going to come out in the output. This has more than 6 characters. this has more than 6 characters, this has more than 6 characters. So which means the output should have exuberant, destruction, and present. So let's just check that. There you go. So let's say if I go here and add, let me just go ahead and add my name here. Another reason why I like MDN, you can directly start practicing without having to worry about it. So I'm going to say Jay, and then what I want to do is I want to find out, let me add one more name, Sam. Okay, so let's say I want to find out console const, let's see, result 3 characters. So I want to find out all the words which are 3 characters. So I'll do something like, okay, the collection name is words, and then I'm going to say filter. Okay, so there you go. And then I'm going to go inside. I like to type, a little more descriptive way. I don't like to type in a single line. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go ahead and start an arrow function here. X is equal to arrow. And then what I'm going to say is, I'm going to say that each character, X means each element, right? X, that is each letter. And I'm looking at the length of each word. And I'm looking for length, which is exactly 3 characters. So that's what I'm trying to find out here. So if I go here and then I'm going to say console.log, and I want to say result underscore 3 characters. And then if I run it, I should get Jay and Sam. There you go, see? Boom. So this is another reason. This is why I like MDN so much. Wherever I'm working on. See, the thing about programming is it is really, really difficult to remember everything. There is simply too much. Look, just in the array, like on the left side, you can see here, right? You can see just in the array, look at the amount of things there are. And that is just one item, array. Okay, so like this, programming is huge. And when we talk about building full stack applications, say using React and Next.js and things like that, you're doing everything. You're using a lot of libraries. You're using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then all the many features of React, all the many features of database, all the many features of hundreds of libraries that you're using in every project. So it's not possible for you to remember everything. And maybe there are people out there who can remember, but I myself cannot. And I've been in the IT industry for, if I count when I started my engineering degree in computer science, I was like 17 back then. So I'm like 40 now. So which means I've been in the world of computers and programming for 23 years now. And I started coding all the way back when I was 14 or 15. So I've been doing this on and off, well, for 25 years, and professionally for more than 12 years. And still, I need to go and check these references because I can't remember everything. People can, if you can remember, I'm very happy for you, but I just don't have that kind of memory capacity. And this is the industry I've chosen to make a living in. So it makes sense, at least to someone like me, to know where I can go to find information. So that is why I like MDN a lot. So hopefully you should become really good at finding things. I know people usually, whenever they want something, especially now, they just don't directly go to AI. They directly go to, I use Bing. You use Google. Most people use Google, of course. I use Bing. I'm like a Microsoft fan and stuff like that. So anyway, so what I'm trying to say is, for me as an old school programmer, I like to go to the source. Instead of using a search engine or something, instead of using AI or something, I like to go and find the information directly from the reference book. So this is like a textbook. I like to refer the textbook because this is enough for me. When I'm working on something, say I want to do something like, hey, I want to do filtering. Usually I'll know the code. If I don't know the code and I want to come to the textbook and look at the example, once I look at the example, I will know what to do. And the best part is, again, they give even more examples, all the different ways. And then they'll also give us specifications. They'll give us all the syntax. They give the description. I don't need anything more than this because I'm very good. Is that me? Hold on. Okay, sorry, that was it was a disturbance. Right then. So there you go. That's why I personally prefer looking at the reference document. That's really my style, and that is something I'm going to be doing during the videos as well. Even when I'm teaching somebody, even when I'm taking a workshop, I usually prepare, like before I have a session with a client or I'm about to give a webinar or workshop. Even now, despite all these years of training, I still go ahead and prepare and make notes and stuff like that. So yeah, there you go. Mozilla MDN, a very, very good resource for your learning habit, right? Now the next, my best friend is Stack Overflow. So let's go ahead and bring it up here. How did I put the MDN in my notes? Yes, I have done that. So my next best friend for coding is Stack Overflow by far. When I was younger, when I was new, when I was starting about 12 years ago or something, I because I'm a freelancer, I work from home. I never worked in a office environment. So I kind of self-taught myself to be a developer and trainer. So the place I would come to learn anything was Stack Overflow. This is where I came. Anything I want. I mean, these days I don't use Stack Overflow all that much, because whatever I want to do, I have kind of figured it out by now, so that's a good thing. But in my younger days, like I started in 2012, I used to ask a lot of questions. You can see here that I have asked a lot of questions, and you can see that I stopped asking questions. Let me just see. Yeah, the last time I asked a question was 2023. But if you look at that, if I go here, I don't know if I can see. Yeah, there you go. View all questions. So there you go. I've asked about 656 questions. And then if I go here, you'll see that especially in 2020, 2021, especially in 2020, I was asking a whole lot of questions. So that's when I was really curious. But then after that, I kind of stopped, because now I can usually find the answer I want from, like I said, from MDN or official documentation and things like that. And I myself have a lot of experience now, so I usually know what I'm doing. But yeah, being able to use Stack Overflow is an essential skill for any developer, especially a newcomer. That's what my videos are about. So please go ahead. Once again, Stack Overflow also, you can, let me just show you, open a private tab here. Again, log in, and there you go. Log in with GitHub. Like I said, GitHub is like your passport for your developer life. So go ahead. I hope you already have your GitHub account. I hope you watched the previous videos. I hope you watched the supporting videos and everything before coming to this specific chapter. So please go ahead, have a Stack Overflow account. And of course, like I said, go ahead, update your photo, again, just if you want to, and then, update your about. Sometimes I get clients, customers, my students, they find information about who I am and stuff like that. So very useful for me as well, professionally also. So yes, Stack Overflow is where I come to ask questions and answer questions. I also answered a few answers. I think I have given some answers. Yeah, there you go. Not too much there. I think one of my answers, yeah, there you go. I remember this one answer, for some reason it's got some 28 upvotes. But otherwise, I'm not very good at answering, because I'm still a learner. I'm not a deep expert or something. I know a few things, and somehow with that knowledge of few things, I managed to have a career for the last 10 plus years. So things are, I guess, okay, and something like that. So right then, so that is about this one. So go ahead, ask questions, answer questions, and find things. Obviously find things. Just go here to Stack Overflow and search whatever you want. Usually, because things are very mature now, so especially for the early stage developer, whatever you want, usually you'll have a answer there already. Like for example, array map, we're just doing some research about that today. So there you go, there's already a question how to use for each and stuff like that. So that's it. Just go ahead, look at the answers, and if you like an answer, go ahead and put an upvoted, so that that guy, whoever posted the answer, gets some kind of, and also the question, the person who put it, let them get some credit as well. So there you go. That is another. Stack Overflow is another website I used to use a lot. I don't use it that much anymore, but I used to use it a lot. And you are a newcomer, so you should definitely spend some time getting to know the Stack Overflow system, right? So that's one more thing that you want to check out. Let me just make sure I put that link in my did I close it so fast? Come on, I just opened it. Okay, let me just copy that and put that in my notes. So I want to make sure that I put all these links in the video description in the YouTube, right? So that's there. Okay, so that's about Stack Overflow. Now, other than that, obviously, you can either search for online. I use Bing.com. A lot of people don't like it, but I remember, again, back in 2012, I went ahead and what do you say? I don't somehow, I always liked C Sharp and .NET. In my younger days, C Sharp and .NET is how I made most of money. Although these days, it's a mix of JavaScript and C Sharp. But yes, I got attached to Bing, and since then I've been a very regular Bing user and everything. So yeah, I like to search for things on Bing. So whenever I want something, so again, if I want to search for array maps, and I'm going to say array map MDN, and I'll get the MDN link, and then I can go ahead and get whatever I want. But of course, nothing wrong with it. I have Google Chrome here as well. So there you go. Again, I can say array map MDN. There you go. Boom. Same thing. Really, I have nothing against Google or anything, but I just got used to Bing, so for my work, it seems good, but you can use Google if you want. So again, being able to search for things is a very important skill for any programmer. So you should become really good at searching for things and then finding solutions, finding example code, finding answers. All that is very, very essential. Now, finally, of course, we have AI now. We've had AI for the last 2 to 3 years, but now especially AI has become a very essential part of everybody. And obviously, it is a big deal for programmers as well. I use AI constantly, and whenever I'm working on a client project, where a client is paying me a lot of money, I immediately go ahead and sign up for either a ChatGPT premium subscription, but usually I stick to Microsoft Copilot. Again, I use the Bing.com. Let me just bring that up for you. Okay, then, so there you go. You have the Copilot here, and then, for example, let me go ahead and ask it something. So give me a for loop. Let me just make that a little bit up here. There we go. Give me a for loop for sorting a list of Harry Potter names in JavaScript. Okay, there you go. There it is. See, I like it. I really, really, really like AI. I use it a lot in my work. I use it. I definitely recommend students, even if you're a newcomer, to go ahead and please use AI when you're learning. It will really make things very, very faster for you, like right now. So there it is. So let's see if it actually works, right? So let's go ahead, and I am going to use CodePen for this. Okay, so let me go ahead and log into CodePen. Okay, let me go to codepen.io. Okay, I'm going to create a pen. I'm just going to say sorting Harry Potter names. Okay, and we don't need any HTML for this one, so I'm just going to double click on it. I'm going to hit save on this. Okay, there you go. And then I just want JavaScript. So there you go. So first thing is I want the collection. So I'll copy this, put this here. Okay, this is the collection, right? Hit save. I'm going to say console. I want to look at the how it looks. So there you go. Okay, now if I look at the console, let me make this bigger. There you go. That seems to be working fine. Okay, now let's go ahead and sort them, right? Okay, I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to take this. Okay, so now I want to check. Let's okay, so once again, I'm going to say console.log Harry Potter names. So there you go. So now I want to hit save, and then I'm going to clear, and then I'm going to say, okay, let's see, save. Let's just reload this. There you go. See, in the beginning, this is how the array was. It was unsorted, the original array. But then after sorting, look at that. Albus, Dumbledore, Dobby, Draco, Harry, Hermione, Minerva, Neville, Longbottom, and finally Sirius Black is the last one. So there you go. See, so I was able to use AI to get me the code for sorting a list of names. And even this one, This is the part I really like about AI. Like when you're practicing, you need a lot of dummy data, and you could spend a lot of time typing dummy data. Okay, now this part, obviously you should know how to do it. Sorting is very, very basic. So even if you don't use AI for these things, using it for this is really, really useful. For example, like today again, I was practicing array map, and here like what I wanted like a collection of names for some filtering and things like that. So what I did was, I'm like, give me a JavaScript collection of objects with Star Wars places. Okay, give me a JavaScript collection of complex objects. I want complex objects, and I want a very large collection. Give me a very large JavaScript collection of complex objects, Star Wars places. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Okay, now I'm using the free version of Microsoft Copilot. I prefer to use Microsoft Copilot instead of ChatGPT. Of course, under the hood, Copilot uses ChatGPT. So either way, I'm using the same thing. So there you go. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. See, especially for dummy data generation, AI is really, really, really useful. Because if let's say AI wasn't there, I would have to sit and create this dummy data. And that could have taken 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes. I don't know. But now I can just use this dummy data, and it's created in a few seconds right in front of me. And I can use it Star Wars. If I like Star Wars, if tomorrow I like Batman, I can use Batman, or I can use some, something from, Indian movies, anything you want, really. So that's another reason why I like AI. So even here, like this part, okay, fine. I should try to write it on my own, or get it from MDN or something. But data generation, dummy data generation, finding answers of code snippets and things like that, I really, really am a big fan of AI. So there you go. That is the last thing you need to have. So just to quickly summarize, let me make sure that's all I had. Yeah, that's all I had for this video. So for beginners, WTD Schools is something I really, really recommend. And then of course, Free Code Camp. Essentially, Free Code Camp is the syllabus, like my primary syllabus, both for my private tutoring and in my professional work, but also for these videos. I'll be using a lot of chapters from Free Code Camp. It was not loading for some reason. Let me just check if it is working now. Okay, let me just see if it, there it is. It's working now. Okay, it is working now. Okay, all right. So yeah, my account is working fine. There you go. I got a couple of certificates on Free Code Camp. That's another thing I like about Free Code Camp. There you go, 2023. Oh, that was new. Oh, sorry. Oh, there's so many chapters. Oh, okay. Yeah, 2021. That's really where I started using Free Code Camp 3-4 years ago. Yeah, there you go. 3 years ago, to be specific. Yeah, okay. I do have a couple of certificates from this. It's really useful. It has definitely helped me when I'm talking to clients and stuff like that. So the Free Code Camp certificate definitely has some, value and things like that. But anyway, so yeah, it is working. The site was down a few minutes ago. I don't know why. We'll be using this JavaScript one. I like this one. Although they said it is now legacy, I still like it. I still believe of all the syllabuses and tutorials I have used in my life, by far the best material for learning JavaScript, even now, even though it's in legacy status, is this one. I absolutely love it. So anyway, the Free Code Camp site is up, but there are a lot of other things as well, data analysis and responsive design and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a very, very useful. I highly recommend it. So coming back, so yeah, WTD Schools is good. Very, very good. Free Code Camp also very good. Mozilla MDN, my favorite coding reference. Stack Overflow, not that useful to me now, because I guess I've become too old in the industry. I already know most of the things I want to do or I want to learn. I mean, sometimes I still go and use Stack Overflow, but most of the time I don't go there anymore. But when you're new, when you're young, when you're just starting, Stack Overflow is indispensable. And then of course, search engines, I use Bing, you can use Google, obviously you'll be using Google. So again, you should be, as a developer, you should really know how to search for things. I mean, of course, during the videos, when I'm doing something, I will search for things, and I'll explain to you why I searched in a specific way. Being able to search for information itself is a skill, and I'm proud to say I'm pretty good at searching for things, because I'm not very good at remembering things, but I'm very good at searching for things, which has helped me a lot in my coding career. And finally, these days, like last 1 to 2 years, AI is really, I have to say, the AI can simply replace all the remaining five things. Like if you're now, like if you're a younger person only now, you may not bother with WTD Schools or Free Code Camp or MDN or Stack Overflow or, Googling or Binging. You could literally just use AI for all your coding requirements. You may not even need a tutor, like I can say, some of the tutoring business has been taken away from AI, but that's just how the industry works. You can't do anything about it. But what I'm trying to say is, AI is really useful. I use it as well all the time, and I'm working on a project. I even pay for the premium subscription, but usually I use the Microsoft Copilot Premium. I use that one. But yeah, there are so many AI services. You can use any one of them, whichever one you fancy. So just go for it. So there you go. These are all the online learning resources that you will be using, and that is where I am going to stop this video. Okay, and then I'll see you next time.